I want to talk about why Piriformis Syndrome is a real pain in the butt. Now don't forget, if you like our content and you enjoy our tips on health and well-being, make sure you're subscribing to this channel, hit the bell notification because we can be sure to update you on when we're bringing out new content. So, Piriformis Syndrome. This is one of the most common things that we seem to be talking about in clinic. What is the piriformis? Well, the piriformis is a deep glute muscle, and this muscle effectively is running from the sort of lower spine out towards the hip, pretty much in a horizontal line, but it's deep to the glutes. So when we get a problem in this muscle, in this piriformis muscle, it's literally a real pain in the butt. But why is this relevant? Well, this is relevant because this muscle can typically have quite a big impact on our sciatic nerve. What happens when we have a dysfunction with our sciatic nerve? Well, that's where we might be starting to get sharp, acute, tingling pain running through the buttock area, down through the hamstrings, down the calf, and as far as the foot when it becomes particularly problematic. But what we may typically be familiar with is conditions such as a slip disc or a bulging disc or a herniated disc, because this is where the start of the sciatic nerve is being impacted. So the sciatic nerve comes out from the spine, and if we have a problem at the disc where the sciatic nerve starts, it can catch that sciatic nerve and it can send problems down the sciatic nerve. But what we typically find is that even if the back's okay, but we're still getting this pain, it may be a problem with the piriformis because the sciatic nerve runs either very close or straight through the middle of the piriformis. So if we get a tightening of that tissue, it can have this clamp-like effect on the sciatic nerve. So if you're somebody who's suffering with some pain and dysfunction running down through your legs, then I would encourage you to be checking out this important muscle called the piriformis, because we get a condition termed Piriformis Syndrome where actually our attention needs to be on releasing this piriformis. So how can you check out your piriformis? Well, what I want to do now is show you one of my favourite stretches for the piriformis. And what you should be feeling when you're doing this stretch is that you're feeling a pull in the sort of deep buttock area. How can you tell if your piriformis is tight? Well, one thing I would say is that we want to be stretching both sides. Start with the non-injured side and then start with the problematic side. Is the problematic side feeling much tighter? What we use as an indicator is the leg that's doing the lifting. So not necessarily the side that we're stretching, but the leg that's doing the lifting. We want to be able to get that to about 90 degrees. If you find that you can't get to 90 degrees and this is an uncomfortable stretch, this could be a potential indicator that your piriformis area is a little bit tight. And then we can be doing this stretch and involving this stretch daily in your routine to try to be increasing the flexibility of that piriformis and relaxing the tissue. If you find that both sides are tight, then we know that we just generally have a lack of mobility in that area. And again, that's an area that you want to address. Now, there's many other techniques that you can be using to desensitize the piriformis. You can use certain rolling techniques where you use something like a lacrosse ball, works really nicely to try and go in and desensitize that area. And massage is another thing that can work well. But as a quick fire tip, I wanted you to be aware of this muscle, this piriformis muscle that can cause Piriformis Syndrome, that can irritate the sciatic nerve, because sometimes this can be a nice, easy, quick fix. So take the test, perform the stretch, and if you find that you're tight, make sure that you're stretching that muscle every day for at least 30 seconds. I hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button. If you found that your piriformis is tight and you didn't realise, drop a comment below and let me know. There's a few other stretches as well that can be really beneficial for this area. So if you've got a favourite, let me know in the comments. I'd love to get your feedback. And I hope that this can be helpful in easing any symptoms of sciatica that you may be experiencing.